You're not talking to me, you're
must not be
talking to.
used to- Welcome to the Board of Education's Wednesday, April 19th Board Work Session. Can we get a motion to open? Come to order?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, well, everybody, yes, we are okay with that. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Everybody had a chance to review the, well, go ahead, I'm sorry, Miss Alexis.
Pursuant to the general provisions, Article Section 3-305 and Section 3-104, the Board of Education of Queen Anne's County will meet in a closed session to discuss the appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, or performance evaluation of appointees, employees, or officials over whom this public body has jurisdiction, any other personnel matter that affects one or more specific individuals, and to consult with staff, consultants, or other individuals about pending or potential litigation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay,
I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to add gym and dance floor clean and sailor contract and make that an action item 4.08.
second. Okay, so moved. Oh, yeah, we do need to vote on the, thank you, Carrie. Vote on the approval for the amended agenda. All those in favor
Aye.
say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, 3-0. All right, thank you. No, I appreciate it. So I move to, can I move as well?
Yep.
Okay, move to approve the agenda as amended.
Second.
All all right, all opposed, all right, 3-0. Okay, Dr. Spankel, we have elementary grading regulation.
Can we actually start with Dr. Kibler with the strategic plan update?
Yes.
3.01.
Yes, all right, Dr. Kibler.
Don't skip me.
It was not on
You're not
purpose.
getting that easy.
It was not on purpose.
You should have been out of here.
See, I should have been looking at the name over here.
Well, good evening, Ms. Bennett, Dr. Salins, board members, and executive team. Dr. Matthew Kibler, Director of Accountability and Implementation, here to give an update on our strategic plan. As you know, just again, for you all and folks watching, we are currently in the first year of a 5-year strategic plan that we endorsed last summer, created under Dr. Salin's leadership in the Blueprint Advisory Work Group. In addition to the 20 or so members on the Blueprint Advisory Work Group, in that process, we spoke with over 150 stakeholders, ranging students, staff, families, community members, and it included mission, vision, core values, goals, objectives, and profile of a graduate from our system. And there is the printable brochure, the beautiful handout we had, if anybody would like to click, that's on our website, it's there as well. So we wanted to talk about kind of like what the next steps are. When I say what's next here, I don't want to give the impression I'm talking about what's next from this time or from like today. Really what I mean by what's next is what did we start doing last summer as soon as we endorsed the plan? Where do we go from there? So we have this five-year strategic plan. We set goals. We have objectives to meet those goals. So how do we make sure we do it? And that's what the purpose of tonight's presentation is to really show you from when we endorsed it, where did we go from there? And what that really is about is identifying metrics, indicators for each of the goals and objectives to watch our progress over the next 5-year period. So again, as kind of a refresher on the strategic plan, the goals that we had, sort of as decided by what our community told us. Goal 1, achievement, and this is really thinking about students in the classroom. Goal 2, safety. One of the most important things to our constituents when we talk to them. Goal 3, wellness. 4, staffing, and Goal 5, engagement. And we really like these clean kind of goals, and I think everybody was really supportive of where we landed on those for the strategic plan. And again, each goal, I didn't want to put the whole plan back up here, but each goal has subset objectives of what we will do to meet these goals. So what have we done so far, and what are we doing? And I think this is important for folks to sort of understand and see. We have a couple things that already naturally happen that support the strategic plan. So each individual school, the 14 schools, have school improvement plans. And what we've sort of asked to do is we have this existing structure with for school-based improvement, includes academic deans, teacher specialists, math and reading specialists, parents, as well as other building leaders, principal, assistant principal. They make these individualized school plans, compile, summarize with district-wide indicators and measures for their school. With the absence now of like statewide goals and indicators coming down from MSDE, we've asked the schools to look at our strategic plan and our goals and objectives and think, how can you use this model in your school? What goals or what indicators and metrics are you going to work on to meet the goals of the overall strategic plan? We also have the blueprint, which we've talked about a lot over the last year and a half. And there's a lot of alignment with the blueprint with our goals of our strategic plan. Specifically, if you remember, there are 5 pillars in the blueprint. Pillar 2, high quality and diverse teachers and leaders. So that directly aligns with our staffing goal. College and career readiness, which would really focus on the achievement goal in our strategic plan. And pillar 4, more resources to ensure all students are successful. We see that fitting in achievement as well as also the wellness goal we have. And then stakeholder engagement is throughout the blueprint implementation plan, and we have it as a standalone goal for ourselves as well. And then also we have things like Maryland Leads. There's tutoring in Leads, there's grow your own programs for staff, and all of that sort of supports different pieces of our strategic plan throughout. So what we've done is kind of using these steps to achieve our goals, starting with the school improvement planning process really, is looking across the schools, what did they identify as things they're working on in their schools that supported our strategic plan, and bringing that all together for district-wide indicators and metrics. And so that's what we have for the next 5 slides for each of our goals. What kind of the schools are helping us to determine these are the metrics we can look at to make sure that we are, over the next 5 years, progressing to meet this achievement goal. It's things like monitoring lesson plan alignment to standards and delivery, things like state testing, so looking at how we're doing on KRA and MCAP, so the kindergarten readiness assessment, MCAP assessment, so those are in all your core subjects. And then using other local assessments as well, like iReady, where we've showed you I think when Ms. Kenna was here, the supervisor of accountability, showing you progress to grade level standards over the course of the year. We have the district-wide tutoring program, career nights, crafting a new MOU with the Upper Shore Workforce Investment Board, and providing increased apprenticeship opportunities, and then monitoring student group achievement as well to make sure that everybody is progressing. So that's goal 1, achievement. And what I'll say is, because we're kind of still in sort of the middle, we are coming to the end of the year. What I would like to do is at the end of the summer, the beginning of next school year, we'll actually bring back data to show where we've gotten in this first year, and then we will, over the course of 5 years, monitor our progress. Okay, so we don't have that right yet because we're in it right now. So this is an update of where we're going. Goal 2 with safety. So we have been doing tabletop exercises. We have the vector training for employees, conducting emergency drills, standardization of emergency procedures, and then our new coordinator of school safety and security helping us in this area as well. With wellness, embedding social emotional learning classroom lessons, the Botfin life skills training for middle school students. That's about drug use, I believe. Partnering for youth activities at elementary and middle school sports, and our community health centers as well. And again, this isn't necessarily an all-inclusive list, and it will grow as we move forward in the next 5 years as well. When we talk about staffing, we have Maryland Leads and the Grow Your Own opportunities. We have to, as a requirement of the blueprint, now annually submit a diversity and hiring report that Dr. Knoll and I work on every summer. We have instructional coaches for our new and novice teachers, and we have increased access to professional development opportunities. And that's something that's there if you look at our budget over the past 2 years, putting in more monies on the front end for professional development opportunities amongst our staff. Goal 5 with engagement, some of the things we're doing, we have the new, maybe not new or reinvigorated Citizens Advisory Council, School System Improvement Committee, Dr. Salins with her superintendent's roundtable meetings at school with staff. Also Dr. Salins with the superintendent's student advisory committee at every school throughout the year. Various parent community nights around the district, and some of those aren't necessarily new, but coming back as we come out of COVID and increase. I think everybody's seeing how popular those are. Personally, I've got one this week for one of my kids' schools, one next week too, I'm excited about. The MOU with the Upper Shore Workforce Investment Board, we see this as not just with that organization expanding on a partnership, but also with our local business community, excited about that. Drafting a new MOU with Chesapeake College when we're talking about dual enrollment. And then as well, things like our school newsletters, board meeting summaries, and new websites. And really throughout all of these groups, we're getting input on how we can keep improving these things. So that's kind of what we've been doing this year. We talked about last summer where we would sort of set these metrics, these indicators. We'd find these things this year. We would get baseline data this year, and then we would work over the next 5 years to make sure that we're seeing continuous improvement. That's kind of, as a data person, I think the most exciting part, to see your progress. I mean, it's a really rewarding experience to put a strategic plan together, but watching growth and improvement is kind of the most exciting part to me. A lot of times with strategic plans, you might want to have some baseline data at the beginning. One of our big issues with that is with COVID disruption of like state testing and things like that. We knew we were going to have an issue in this first year, and it would take us time to get sort of that baseline data. So that's where we're at with an update on the strategic plan. I feel like I spoke fast, maybe too much coffee in the last hour.
Well, I think it's phenomenal how far we've come. It feels like we've been working on it for years and years. So I think it's great. And I just want to touch base on how much I think that the safety, I know that's, so paramount to everybody, and bringing Mr. Sabori on hand, and he works so well with the Sheriff's Department. And then we were privileged enough to go to be invited to a couple trainings, and I will tell you, I will never forget, stay calm. If he's taught us nothing else, you stay calm. And, You know, and having people feel secure in doing what they feel is best, that not everyone responds the same way. So I think that's been really instrumental for me to see how far we've come with that partnership. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, the diversity in the hiring, we're almost at the blueprint markings anyway. I mean, we've done so well with that, with the grow your own and the diversity. I think we've done really well with that. And also the websites. I mean, I think we've done a phenomenal job with their website. So just off the cuff, and of course, Rotary Career Day,
Yes.
you talked about, and our school safety update coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah, May 2nd.
Yeah, check the website, because it's gonna be up there, but I think those three just really stuck out, and I think y'all are doing a fantastic job.
Thank you.
I gotta second that. I mean, COVID set this world back in this system, a lot of places back, and I feel very comfortable with you and our staff, what we're getting and what we're seeing and how we're coming out of this. I think we made a lot of improvements with Dr. Sandler's leadership, and you're amazing. I mean, when we had the enrollment issue, and besides just the private school, you go deep into the birth rate and other things, that there's more to the story than just one maybe scenario, and I appreciate that when I hear things like that, because you feel more confident that you're getting correct information. And I can tell you, I think the school system's, second to none as far as getting out of this mess.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kibler.
Thank you. And again, didn't mean to leave you out.
What's that?
Didn't mean to leave you out.
Okay, I'll forgive you.
Dr. Sprinkle, yes. Elementary grading regulation.
Yes. Good evening, Vice President Bennett, Dr. Sailors, board members, and also executive team members. I am Marcia Sprinkle, Assistant Superintendent. And I'm here tonight because every year we have to submit, or actually sign off, Dr. Salins actually has to sign off on grade validity. COMAR requires it, okay? But because of COVID, we kind of took a pause. The State Department took a pause. So now they've requested that we have a grade validity audit take place for the 21-22 school year. Typically, it's October 1st of every year that is due, but they've extended it to May 31st. So to get us in alignment with COMAR, we had to develop an elementary grading regulation. And so I just wanted to bring that here tonight, to share that so that you would be aware of the fact that there's a process for grade changes, and we are required by COMAR to make sure that we have a process, a methodology in place as to how we do that and how we go about it. So elementary did not have that in place. So it's brand spanking new, and you can see how we've developed it.
That's why I see everything in red.
Right.
Yes,
I did have a
exactly.
question though on 9, the progress report score grade changing. There was a highlight on the italicized 2. What was that?
That's nothing.
Oh, okay, all right.
Nothing.
No
Part of the editing.
Okay, no problem.
I said the same thing.
This meets all the COMAR standards as required by the state as far as what we have to do for.
Yes, it's complete alignment. We had a team of folks, we had a small group to actually develop this, elementary folks. Then we had our curriculum and instruction team take a look at it as well. So,
I think this is a very good document for parents to look at, so they know what they're doing, and when a teacher comes in, what stage we're at and when we're doing it, and see how they're progressing. I think it's a good roadmap for them to know,
well, thank
look
you.
at this. I think it,
For that feedback.
Very
I know
helpful.
Dr. Salins' leadership, so thank you, Dr. Salins.
Alexis, did you have anything?
Nope, I don't have anything. Thank you.
I'll wait for the middle school. Oh, this is, I'm assuming like everything else, these are posted for anyone to make
I'm sorry.
comments on. All of these are posted on the website to make.
Yes, they
comments.
are posted on the website, but this is in regulations, so it's actually under Dr. Salins' purview. specifically, but we wanted to be sure that we shared it with you. That's been our practice, so we want to be open about it.
It doesn't become an action item, it's an
Right,
information
no,
item.
absolutely, I just didn't know, since it was new, if there was
Yeah.
something, okay.
Yes.
But it's there, it's actually there posted.
And I think it's good for the public to see this, I mean, to be informed on what's happening and going on.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alice, you're staying up here for middle school.
Okay, so middle school, we didn't have as much work to do with the middle school regulation. But so we made some edits and some changes. And so you can see the changes that are there so that we are definitely in alignment, so that once we conduct that grade validity audit, we are successful.
Any questions or comments?
Oh, thank you.
Okay, thank you. High school.
And high school. Okay, and the same holds true for high school. We did have some edits to do, but not a whole lot of edits. So high school was sort of like our footprint, so to speak. We kind of started with high school, a small little group committee, and then we pushed it out to our curriculum and instruction team. And so from there, we kind of backwards mapped to middle school, and then we went to elementary, so.
I did have one question about the, where is it? The earning credit is as follows. Nope. Is that page 5, let's just
Page
go with that.
5,
Page 5, the F in parentheses, we took out the or in summer school. But wasn't it during summer school that they could do the, I forget what we called it, where they could make up
Credit recovery?
credit recovery, yes. So is that not going to be an option in summer school any longer?
I'm on page 5F. and
Yes,
I'm
I'm
not
sorry.
seeing- Yeah, student electing to not complete extra credit may not be penalized.
Right.
I'm in the wrong spot.
I'm on, well, let me see what the, okay. Determining final grades and credit, which is number 3.
Oh, if a student
And
retakes
then-
the course, so on mine, it's page 6, so I apologize.
Page 6.
So if a student retakes a course during the school year or in summer school, and in summer school is removed, where credit was previously earned. So do you know why that was taken out?
Okay.
The or in summer school?
So
Page 6,
where-
right?
Where are you at specifically?
I guess page 6, because our top page.
6. They will get credit in summer school, so.
It just says if the student retakes a course during the school year, then it's struck in red. It looks like it's been struck.
Okay.
Or in summer school, where credit was previously earned, but it looks like it's in red, but it
So
looks like
we
it's
may
striked.
have
Oh, wait,
Okay.
goodness.
Summer school. Okay.
I don't know if it's trying to say that they would earn original, you can't earn original
Like
credit in summer
original
school, and I
credit.
think that's what it's kind of trying to correct that.
Right. May need to smooth that out
Okay.
just a little bit. Smooth it out a
Because I
bit.
love the credit recovery we had. That was such a
Because-
successful
We
Because they
definitely
can
will
earn
have,
credit.
we have credit recovery
Yes.
this
Okay.
summer.
We're
We
not
do.
taking that
I
away.
think it just is not worded as well as it can be worded.
Okay.
So what I think it's, what they're trying to avoid is that they can earn original credit in summer school, which they cannot.
Right,
They can
okay.
only earn, credit recovery in summer school. So we'll get that, I mean.
I
good
could
call.
definitely fix
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So they can't take a new course in summer school. It can
That's
just be a
exactly
course.
right.
It's only be a course they've
If they
taken
were not
previously.
successful in.
They're trying to recover from that.
Recover it, that's
but
exactly
But
right.
then it would count as credit.
Yes.
Once they meet the
Yes,
criteria.
Yes, yep. So we take a look at that and make sure that's clear.
Just smooth it out a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Well,
Dr.
thank
Frank.
you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, 4.01, Human Resources and Report. So can I call for a motion to approve?
Make a motion, we approve the Human Resources and City Bus Drive Report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Truckloads.
Good evening, Vice Vice President Bennett, Dr. Salins, board members, executive team. My name is Jane Towers. I'm the CFO here for Queen Anne's County Public Schools. Tonight, we bring before you a request for approval of truckloads of paper from the supply room in the amount of $60,715.20. We are looking at utilizing the Omni Partners contract with this purchase. We took a look at 6 different other vendors for this to find out the best price and value, and they were selected.
And we had old machines where I used to work, and always had problems with Xerox machines and paper. Never got along too well. This paper works. I mean, some of it was grainy and some of it was, not the right basis weight. This is 50 pound or whatever we're supposed to have and meets this criteria that the Xerox man's not gonna tell us we got the wrong kind of paper or something.
Correct. This meets the quality standards that our current copiers request. And just a background history, because of COVID, there was a shortage of paper. Now we're able to start buying by the truckloads again to obtain the best price.
Get it while we can.
I make a motion, we approve paper truckload for the total amount of $60,715.20 budgeted.
Second?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Pinder. About some painting.
Good evening, Vice President Bennett, Dr. Salins, board members. For the record, my name is Sid Pender, Chief Operating Officer. I'm before you tonight seeking approval for a painting contract for Kennard Elementary School. To request board approval, we want to send a letter of intent to Vigil Contracting Incorporated to paint the interior of the building at Kennard Elementary School. We'll be utilizing the Gordian Sourcewell contract, MD R6GC01052621, same that we've previously done in the past 3 years. The last time that Kennard was painted was 22 years ago. Portions of it were painted 11 years ago, but if you know, within the operating budget, we've been able to paint, this will be our 4th year. So all elementary schools after this summer will have been painted, and we'll be able to be on that 10-year cycle of getting all schools painted within, a 10-year cycle. I'm seeking approval for a physical dollar amount of $173,729, and this will come out of the FY24 operating budget, which I know is not approved yet. I've asked for it, it was in there last year, but we're seeking a letter because we need to move ahead with securing the materials and lining up the contractors. If we wait until July 1st, there's no way to get it done.
But we had painting in our previous budget.
Yes, sir.
It's not a new line or anything.
No.
I have a question just about, it's off topic, but it's not. Frequently, our contracts have that 5% contingency, and also for when they run over. Is it possible to easily is a keyword here, track and have a report, or if we have any?
I mean,
If it's a hassle, it's just not.
no, normally we don't run over that, but you put that 5% in there and that kind of catches anything that somebody might have missed, or if we're gonna run into an issue that we don't know exists behind a wall, or if we're going to, and I'm not talking just about painting, but for other projects, I mean, you kind of want to have it, even when you're doing like a massive construction, say of, Stevensville Middle School, you wanted to have a contingency in there in case unforeseen circumstances pop up, like at that school, especially when you were, digging underneath and looking under the ground. It's been sitting there covered up for 50 years. But we can track that because sometimes we don't need that.
Right.
But it's easier doing it that way than coming back to you and saying, hey.
Oh, absolutely. I guess I was just thinking of patterns,
Yep.
like if we have a particular contractor who's frequently at that 5% over, that maybe we need to start thinking that they may not be the best value if they're always utilizing their 5% contingency kind of thing.
So if you look at the contract is for the amount provided, and then we put a 5% on our own.
Okay.
On top of that.
Okay.
So to go above to utilize that 5%, you or one of your people would be
We would be
authorizing
contacted.
additional.
Yep. When you see the contract for them, it will be for that amount, not the 5%. But we have that 5% just in case unforeseen circumstances pop up.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve the Kennard Elementary School interior painting for $173,729, budgeted out of FY operating budget.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. What-
Thank you.
Mr. Pender?
Next item I bring before you is approval of a contract and, well, letter of intent with Vigil Contracting Incorporated to paint the interior of the Ken Island Elementary School. We will be utilizing the same approval process with the Gordian Sourcewell contract. We're looking to get started on this June 15th and have complete by August 15th. The total amount is $182,401, and that does include the 5% contingency. The actual contract with the Vigil is for $173,714.66. That school was last painted about 14 years ago. But again, this will put us on par to have all elementary schools completed.
And this is a generic question. These people are capable of fulfilling this contract in a
Yes.
timely manner.
We've used them many, many times, and they've always produced.
Make a motion to Ken Island Elementary School interior painting for $182,401, budgeted yes, FY '24 operating budget.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
The next item I bring before you is a EMS control panel replacement at Centreville Elementary School. Seeking approval of the contract between Johnson Controls and Queen Anne's County Public Schools to purchase and install a new EMS control panel at Centreville Elementary School. We will be utilizing the Sourcewell contract 030817 Johnson Controls. Basically, what you have is it's 20 years old, the head end no longer functions, and the head end is what controls every single point in that building. So every classroom, every univent, every air handler comes back to this controller. And right now, we're operating it basically on the old DOS. We're looking there and trying to figure out which line we're looking at. So this is actually, I would consider also an emergency, so that we can actually see the units and see the points of contact and what's being, how the units are operating.
That school has a lot of them too, doesn't it?
What's that, sir?
That's the one school that has a lot of units in it.
Yes, yes. You're talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of points that come back to this one head end. And this would be for, I believe, $54,100 in the FY '23 operating budget.
Make a motion for Central Elementary School EMS control panel replacement. Physical impact $54,100, budgeted yes, out of the FY '23 operating budget, which would be the current one.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you. The next item I bring before you, action item, is to rescind the FY '22 CIP funding in the amount of $663,000 for the roof replacement project at Kennard Elementary School. This action will send the funds to the reserve account for Queen Anne's County Public Schools. If you remember, the Maryland Public School Construction Program and IAC awarded us $663,000 for that roof project. We're seeking approval to move that money to Ken Island High School roof replacement so we can get that accomplished. And if you go by in accordance with 5-303J3 of the education article, if school construction funds provided to a county in one physical capital improvement program year cannot be allocated to or used for the eligible project within 2 years of the initial authorization, the county may opt to have the funds, one, applied to another eligible project, or revert it to and maintain in the reserve appropriation account for eligible projects in the county for FY '24 CIP. So by reallocating this to Kent Island High School roof, we'll be able to have that move forward.
And that project was well over, I mean, that went from, what, 6 million to 9 million or something, and Kennard,
So we'll be able, we'll be able to reapply for that.
okay, and 1 year pushing that, I mean, capital budgets get moved all the time, but 1 year's not gonna be
No, sir.
I make a motion to reallocate funding for roofing of Kennard to to reserve for Kent Island High School, total $663,000, state reserves, FY capital,
Second.
22, I'm sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you. The next item I bring before you is the makeup air unit replacement at Kent Island High School. Approval of this contract with JCI Simplex to replace 3 makeup air units at Kent Island High School. We would be utilizing the Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Contract 031517, JCI Simplex. They will furnish and install 3 makeup air units to pull in fresh air from the outside into the building. Makeup air that needs to be recirculated. The contract price is $124,335 with the 5% contingency. We are able to, we applied for and received funding from the HSFF project to get $45,000 from the state to put towards this. So we've reallocated some of our capital funding in connection with the county to put $85,552 to that. So total physical impact would be $130,552. And if you want clarification on what the units do, your home circulates the same air over and over and over. With schools and commercial buildings like that, you're required to pull in 15-20% outside air. So, to exhaust that. So these 3 units are no longer functioning, and with the county allotment and the grant that we received, we'll be able to replace them. They're 25 years old. So once this is complete, that whole school has brand new chiller, it has brand new EMS controls, we're in good shape there.
Make a motion to approve makeup air unit replacement, Kent Island High School, total of $130,552, FY '22 state capital funding of $45,000, and allocation of county capital funding of $85,552.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
408.
One more.
We
Oh,
had-
yes,
we
yes,
amended-
we had the amendment. Yes, we
Sorry,
do.
sorry.
Yes, one more.
Sorry, last one. Tonight I'm before you for seeking approval of contract with Aegis Floor Life, Weir's Flooring, to clean and seal all wood and rubber gym, dance, and stage floors for every school within Queen Anne's County Public School System. We have factory certified technicians will be performing the work. This is something that we do every single year within our gyms, within our dance studios and stages to make sure that the proper traction is there. The physical impact would be $56,428, and that would be from the FY '24 operating budget. We did have 3 different companies respond, along with the Robbins Sports Service Sourcewell contract for comparisons. And looking back over the past couple years of what we spent, we're right on par with that. I've seen it fluctuate up a couple $1,000s. I've seen it drop a couple $1,000s, and we're about right in the middle where we should be.
Thank you for the comparisons. That was nice.
Well, you're welcome.
Make a motion, we approve the gym and dance floor clean and sealant for a cost of $56,428, FY '24 operating.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Okay, so future meetings, we have a May 3rd, regular board meeting at 6 PM. and May 17th, work session at 5 PM. Okay. We don't need to vote on that? All right, right on. Meeting to adjourn?
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, meeting is adjourned.